know already who they are. They have come in with full consciousness. Now, your World Banker families, and I'm really hesitant about this being on tape, your global banking families, and I'm not going to mention any names specifically, the souls that inhabit those physical bodies are Moldekians who know who they are. Who know who they are. Bless you. Now, I'm going to share with you in this the concept of the walk-in, what Mornay has told me about it. There are both negative, well, there's positive, and there's negative. I'm going to focus on the negs first. There are many people in our world today, world leaders, who are not who they appear to be. We take for granted that they're just human beings. Some of us don't trust our gut instinct about certain people. Now, I think most of the men are shut down, but we don't experience it quite like women do. But ladies, if you have a gut instinct about something or about somebody, please begin to honor it. Because without your help, we're not going to make it. It's your turn to step up and make the guy stay home and do the housework, and you take more of a leadership role. It's your time, and you're just going to have to stand up and do it. Okay? Men have ruled the world for thousands of years. We've screwed it up. We need your help. We need your input. Okay? We don't have the answers. And I don't like saying that because it's an embarrassment to me, but it's a reality. And you have to deal with that truth first. The negatives, what they do, and they can do this during an abduction, during a near-death experience, all kinds of other things. Here's how they do it during an abduction. A man will be taken on board a ship during an abduction. His body will be put into a coma. They will slowly bring the body to death. At the moment it achieves death, the soul exits. Do you follow? When the soul exits, using technology, they will replace this soul with another, and they will bring the body back. They can do this in 4 seconds using technology. He gets up, there's another soul in there. It looks like Batman, but it isn't Batman anymore. Okay? It's somebody else who has a completely different agenda. Now, if you're an ET, a negative ET, in order to manipulate third density, you have to be in third density. And this is how they're doing it. This is how they're doing it, along with, their craft and all the other things. But some choose to be in human form. The Orions, this is Orion technology. The regressives, need technology to create what we can do spiritually. That's the fundamental difference. They have to build technology to do what we can do with our minds. The positives, on the other hand, there is an agreement apparently with the soul that he will be here for such and such a period of time, and then when he decides to cross over, another soul will take in to use the vehicle to continue to propagate the lifetime and to do good works. Now, the positives are using this extensively right now on the earth. And there are thousands and thousands of what you would call walk-ins here. Because they cannot intervene directly, what they have to do is they have to come in physical form and participate in the process. They are now human beings. And their agenda usually is to help. Now, Mornay has told me that a real walk-in will not tell you who he is or she is. They will not. So I don't know who these people are that are talking about it. I genuinely don't. And I don't know if they are or they're not. I'm just sharing with you his perspective. That's what he says. The real ones don't tell you. But now that they're here, they can positively affect. And they are now subject to the same experience as we are. Pole shifts, biological warfare, all of that. They are subject to all of that now. They are now participating in the process. Second coming. Does everybody agree that it's okay to talk about this? Everybody raise your hand if you agree. Okay, thank you. Do you guys raise your hand? Okay. I'm real serious about this. This is a very touchy thing. As I spoke of earlier, I have mixed emotions on this particular subject. You know, there's one part of me that really wants to be responsible for myself, so that when it's my time to cross over, I can stand and say, you know, yes, God, I did it. You know, I take full responsibility for the good and the bad. But there's an element of fear with that because you don't know what's really going to happen. You know, you don't know if God's going to pull out the paddle or if he's going to pat you on the back. I mean, you know, you just wonder. You know, experience is really our gauge. Now, if the Andromedan perspective regarding many of our religious teachings is true, then we're being set up. Now, the Greys have the ability to create a clone. What looks like a human being, but is a robot. Dr. Beater called it a robotoid. Okay? Other people call it other things. My understanding is the only way you will know is if you develop your clairvoyancy, and you can see the energy field around all living things. A clone has no energy field. You will just see a very slight color here, white, on the head, where the microprocessor, organic microprocessor, has been grown inside the body. If they do this, the man who will be brought out of the clouds, probably on a UFO, probably, will look like the image of the man on the Shroud of Turin, which I have been told by Mornay was created by the Greys, by going back in time, grabbing a cloth, and projecting a holographic image through it, which is why this cloth is three-dimensional. Because they projected a holographic imprint through it. Now, a holograph is real, because we're a holograph. I know how out there that sounds. I mean, this is like Ray Bradbury, science fiction, all that stuff. You know, but I mean, let's face it, the regressives are not playing with a full deck here. We already know that. There are a lot of people on our planet right now who are not playing with a full deck, that will do anything to protect themselves, no matter what it is, because they're service to self. Now, I I want to tell you that I personally hope that this is not true. I don't want it to be true. But if it is, then I have a responsibility to share it. So I put it out there and let you decide. Okay? You have to decide this one for yourself. This being here is not the Antichrist, who is supposedly another clone that's coming. See, they're going to play this thing out because 2/3 of the world believe it already. You know, well, hell, let's just fulfill it for them. That'll resolve our population problem. They'll kill each other. We'll sit on the moon and just watch all this happen. It's simple if you put yourself in their place. Give them enough rope and they will hang themselves. And we have been fighting about religions forever. I mean, we all agree that we're talking about the same God, but we still play this game. This being here is supposed to come down and start preaching many of the Hindu philosophies. And it will be this soul here, this clone, who is going to ask everybody to surrender their free will.